Good morning, YouTube, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever it may be, where you are in the world watching this, or whatever time it may be. But it's guaranteed to be one of those things. So, it's morning here. I did a live stream last night where all I ate was insects and Monster Munch. So now my body is craving healthy superfoods. So I'm going to cook up some miso soup, and but it's going to be miso soup with a difference, because it's going to be a superfood miso soup. So let me check how many superfoods we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 superfoods all going into one pot. If you don't know what a superfood is, it's a nutrient-packed hand grenade of amazing food that's more packed with nutrients than any other foods that you can get. So if you want to Google a list of superfoods, then go for it, because I eat superfoods in pretty much every meal that I do. So I'll just quickly bring the camera over. I can show you what I've got. What's going to make this one interesting is I'm going to use duck century eggs in my miso soup. You may have seen me eat one the other day as part of a challenge. They're pretty gross. They're called they're called duck century eggs, or 100-year eggs. So, but don't let the title fool you, because they are fermented, they are rotten, but they're not 100 years. I mean, I think they're packed in mud and buried in the ground or somewhere, or like stored away, and they ferment for I think 3 to 6 months, but don't quote me on that. But I ate one. I'm still alive, but now I want to cook with one to show that they can be cooked with and enjoyed. So I'm going to change the camera angle so that you can actually see me peeling the egg, because the eggs are a thing of beauty. So they are totally unique. They're unlike nothing I've seen before. Yeah, they don't look like they should be eaten. They look like a rare gem that should be put on display with your crystals and stuff like that. So I'm hoping I'll get a really pretty one. This is it here. So this is the duck century egg. So inside it should be black and green and all kinds of crazy colors. But anyway, let's bring the camera over, and I'll show you what's on the table today. So we have, can you see that? So we have aged red miso, garlic, 2 different types of seaweed. We have wakami, and we also have kelp knots there. There's the duck egg. I've got kimchi, red onion, because that's good for you, turmeric, black pepper to activate the turmeric, scallions, some red onion as well, and ginger. I think I've said garlic, and someone said that I should have some tofu floated in there. So I've also got some chili tofu to cut up and whack in there, because I can't really have a meal without chili, can I? That wouldn't be right, would it? Wouldn't be right. So what I might do is actually adjust the camera so that you can see me cutting up stuff. So you might not be able to see my face, but I think it might be more interesting cutting up stuff. So I'll quickly put stuff in a pan. I'm going to pause the video. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it. I was going to say the kettle's really loud, because I'm going to need that. So, but what I'll do is I'll cut up the ingredients, and then you can see that I'm not a chef. And I'll whack them all in the pan. So I'll just adjust the camera angle so we can see the chopping board. There you go. And my belly. All that stuff's going to be in my belly. So what should we start with? Well, let's start with a good old onion. So I don't need much onion really, because I've got scallions as well. So I'm not going to boil this soup. I'm just going to cook it so that the actual outside, what was once the white of the century egg, which has turned into a gelatinous, I can't even describe it. It could be red, purple, black. I don't know. It's crazy. You'll see it when I start cutting into it. So there's the red onions in. I'll move that over there. So I've been lazy with the garlic. Apologies, but this is just for speed. So I'll get the ingredients out of the way as I've used them. So 3 cloves of garlic, because obviously garlic's amazing for you. Doesn't work on vampires though. I know a few vampires and they don't mind garlic, you know. So I think that's a age-old fallacy. It doesn't work, you know. Right, so there's the garlic going in. All right, so whack some black pepper in there. Black pepper is going in because it actually activates the turmeric. Let's get some good old scallions in there, rapscallions. So, or spring onions as we call them here in the UK. So let's get the little rooty bits off. Don't want them, do we? We want the good stuff. Right. So yeah, I'm definitely craving some healthy food today. Even though this may seem gross to some of you, or a lot of you, the century duck egg is a very unique item, and I like eating unique foods. So you know, this is going to be my first time actually cooking with century duck egg as well. The last time I ate one as a challenge. Somebody challenged me on the channel to try a century duck egg because they look so gross. I just had it with some scallions, some spring onions, and some what else did I have it with? And some soy sauce. Quite simple, you know. That was all. So that's that. Putting some ginger in here. Alexa, what are the health benefits of ginger? Oh, she's ignoring me today.
According to the NIH, today, ginger is used as a dietary supplement for post-surgery nausea, nausea caused by motion, chemotherapy, or pregnancy, rheumatoid arthritis, and osteoarthritis. There's some information from studies in people on the use of ginger for nausea and vomiting, but much less is known about other uses of ginger for other health conditions.
There's definitely a lot more health benefits to ginger, but I mean, nausea is quite appropriate for me right now because I ate 90 grams of insects last night, you know. So my belly's full of insects, and I had a few beers as well. Alexa, volume up. So here's a turmeric going in. This is it's not what it says on the tin. That's not Tesco's turmeric. It's fresh turmeric, fresh ground. So Alexa, why is kimchi a superfood?
Here's something I found on the web. According to tasteoffood.com, as a fermented food, the aged kimchi contains good bacteria similar to those found in yogurt, making it an excellent probiotic that may improve digestion and boost immunity.
There you go, look at that. Immunity booster. So this one doesn't have all of the health benefits of the homemade kimchi that I've got, that I'm going to be doing a video on, because this one is canned, which it means it's pasteurized, so some of the goodness has been cooked out of it, but it is what it is. It's you know, at the end of the day, I eat raw kimchi or not, you know, kimchi that's not heated up. So So here goes, this is the tofu going in. I just got to show you the packaging. Look at that. How cute is that? A panda eating a huge chili. I love Asian packaging. So, you know, there's not a massive amount there, but I didn't need a massive amount. I'm just appeasing people that said you can't, it's not called miso if it doesn't have this ingredient in. So this is it. This is the tofu going in. It's like a little tofu sausage. I'm tempted to try a piece. Yum. Oh, that's good actually. That's really good. So that's going in there. Okay. So this is kelp. I'm just going to wash my hands. Got chili all over them. I love seaweed. It is absolutely packed with nutrients. So apologies if your electronic devices are going off if you're listening to this at home, but I'm using her as an assistant while I'm cooking. Alexa, why is seaweed good for you?
Some health benefits commonly associated with seaweed may include supporting thyroid function, providing antioxidants, supporting gut health, promoting weight loss, preventing heart disease, preventing diabetes.
I mean, listen to that. That's amazing. So, and a recent study that they're doing on cows at the moment, they're feeding cows seaweed because, oh, I found a chili in there. Look at that. Because seaweed stops you farting. And they're trying to work, you know, get rid of some of the you know, things that are causing greenhouse gases. So this is the Wakami. I've actually got a packet open already, so that was there for the thumbnail photograph. So I'll grab the one that I've got open. Excuse me, cat. So this one is dried, so it will. You don't need much. Look, I mean, I'm putting in like that, but and then the kelps are already in knots. So that's that done. So, and this is the aged red miso, full-bodied aroma and delicious depths of flavor. Great for soups, sauces, marinades, and ramen noodles. I'm not going to have ramen today. I'm just going to have with the soup. So, and I'm going to have the eggs as protein. So, Alexa, why is miso good for you?
While healthiness depends on personal health considerations, 1 tablespoon of miso has as 26.4% of the daily recommended intake of sodium and 1.1 grams of total sugar. But it is also a good source of vitamin K.
There you go. Alexa, why does miso make you live longer? I'm just testing it now.
This might answer your question. Claims that miso is high in vitamin B12 have been contradicted in some studies. Some experts suggest that miso is a source of Lactobacillus acidophilus. Miso is relatively high in salt, which could contribute to increased blood pressure in a small percentage of the population with sodium-sensitive prehypertension or hypertension. However, several studies using salt-sensitive hypertensive models and analyzing long-term intake have suggested that miso actually lessens the effects of salt on blood pressure.
Well, that didn't really answer much, but the way I look at it is, you know, I was reading about the you know, some of the oldest people in the world and what their diets were, and you know, a lot of the people that come from Asia that are way over 100 years old have miso soup every day. So you know, it is a really good thing here. So this is the century duck egg. This is the main reason why I put the camera at this angle, so that you can see this being prepared. I'm even going to leave the eggshell there. This is a very unique item. So yeah, so it's a century duck egg. It's it's going to be interesting. I hope it's as beautiful as the one that I did the other day. So the eggshell is harder than a normal egg because obviously it's been fermented. So you can give it a good crack around. It may take a little while, but actually it's quite therapeutic. If you have sensitive nostrils, this is pretty pungent and acrid. There you go, look. I'm already cracked it and you can already see. It's like something from Ghostbusters, man. It's like, this is like something from a horror film. Look at that. It's a black egg. A black egg. So, yeah. It's, but when you get it out and you hold it up to the light, it's beautiful. So, yeah, wow. Woo! I should have worn a gas mask for this. Oh, that's pretty strong smelling. There you go. But it's actually quite satisfying to peel. So, but you'll see, it almost takes on like, it looks like a gem. It's really shiny. It's very pretty, apart from the smell. You pretty, but you stinky. So, don't be afraid of these things. You know, be like me, try new foods. You know, it's, if you like strong cheeses, you'll like this. It's pretty good. I'm looking forward to whacking it in my miso soup as well, and watching all the gelatin melt down and stuff like that. So when I boil my kettle, I'm going to pause the video because the kettle is pretty loud. Sounds like a jet plane taking off. So look at the inside of the eggshell even. It's like the speckled inside with green. So yeah, so it's turned the inside of the eggshell green. So I hope you're enjoying this. I am. It's therapeutic. So I'm going to start with just one egg in there. I did one as an eating challenge the other day, so I have 4 left. So I may look up other recipes. Oh my god, the smell is hitting me now. So I may look up other recipes. I'm struggling to talk because the smell is just hitting me right now. It's so pungent. Whoa, maybe I should have opened a window. But it's November here. It's a dreary day in Cornwall in England. It's very grey and overcast. I live right on the beach, and the wind is just whipping up off the ocean and clouds are going really, really fast. So I did see about 2 minutes of sunshine earlier, and I thought, oh, it'd be good to do the video now with a bit of natural sunshine. But right, okay, so this is almost ready to pop off the end. Right, so I've read about these now. So you need to give them a quick rinse with water. It's almost coming. This is very satisfying, even though it's very stinky. Oh, so there's the end. Look, if you can see the inside of the eggshell, doesn't that look appetizing? Right, so what I'll do is I'll just quickly give it a rinse under some cold water. Okay, so this is a century duck egg. So it is fermented for 3 to 6 months. Don't quote me on that, it's just what I'm reading off Google. They smother it in mud to seal it, and then I think they put like rice or something over the top of the mud to stop the eggs sticking together, because they do them in batches. But this thing looks like a Fabergé egg. It doesn't look like something that you should eat, does it? Look at that. Isn't that crazy? I'm going to eat that in my miso soup, my superfood miso soup. So, but it's the cutting that's amazing. Right, I'm going to get rid of this shell now, because I don't want to cross-contaminate. So, give that a rinse. Don't want eggshell in my soup. Although I wanted you to see the actual eggshell itself. So let's try this off. all one-handed whilst holding this black egg. Right, okay. Right, I can go in the wash now. Right, so the reveal. This is the reveal. So how can I do this where you're going to see the best camera angle? Here, I think. These are really hard to cut because it's literally like cutting a lump of jelly. So this knife is sharp, but oh, boom. I've seen some of these that are really liquidy inside, and I'm kind of glad that these aren't. They're more solid. But when you cut into them, that really releases that pungent smell. See the goo on the knife? Really? People eat this? Who actually thought about putting in? who was the first person that thought it was a good idea to smother eggs in mud and then bury them for 3 months and then eat them? I wonder if they thought they were going to die, you know, whilst doing it. So look, this one is quite gooey inside. There you go. Look at that. If you can see. So let's hold one up. But you can actually see through the top of what was once the white. Look at that. I find it fascinating. Look, you see, it's like, you know, if you get it to the light, you can actually see through it. I think it's beautiful and gross at the same time. I can't quite believe that I'm going to eat them, but look, I'm squeezing it and it's not quite solid in the middle. Oh my days. Okay. I have a love-hate relationship with myself and doing this to myself. So I'm going to cut them into kind of chunks. So yeah, they're really sticky. But like, I'll just show you a quarter again, just to see like how I think they're beautiful. The actual what did look black, the egg when it was whole, but now I've cut it up, it almost takes on an amber hue because the light penetrates what was once the egg white, and that's amazing. And look at that lovely green and moldy egg yolk. I bet you're all salivating right now and really jealous of my soup. So yeah, so that's going in now. So, oh wow, I might have to take the camera over to the stove so you can see this. Do you know what? I've just had a thought. This looks to me like the sort of gross stuff that we used to make as children in the garden. You know, when you make, like, I don't know if any of you did it, or whether it's just me being weird, whether anyone made like mud pies or something, or you made something just so disgusting in a pan and then brought it in and went, "Look, mummy, I've made you something delicious from the garden." There you go. That's the ingredients in the pan. So I'm going to pause the video now, boil the kettle, and move the camera over to the stove, and then you can see how this thing progresses. Right, so I've moved over my aircraft, or my jet engine kettle has boiled. So in goes the liquid. I don't want too much. I might add some more, and let's turn up the heat. So let's have a look in here. So what I want to do is I didn't really want to over boil it, but I also don't want to give myself food poisoning at the same time. So I want to make sure that it's well cooked, but I don't want to boil out any of the goodness too much. So there's a fine line. I'm hoping that I can kind of judge it once the gelatine has gone off these lovely looking duck century eggs. So, but I mean, already that's looking good, and all I've done is pour boiling water over the top of it. So eating healthy doesn't need to, you know, be a lengthy experience. I've basically just researched a ton of superfoods over the years, and I make sure that my cupboards are always stocked full of them. You know, looking at the ingredients of this miso here, I could have probably put another egg in there, but I've never cooked with them, so I just want to see what's what. So we'll get this going. And I like my vegetables to be al dente, so that that means to the teeth, which means crunchy. So I don't like vegetables that are like boiled to a mush, you know, because you're basically cooking all of the health benefits out of your veg if you're overcooking them. So, you know, so it's starting to bubble already. So I'll just take that heat down. So I hope this is all therapeutic for you. Right, it's really weird because the duck egg, to me, kind of looks it kind of looks like a big chunk of red onion. It's really weird. But do you know what? The pungent smell, it's gone now. So, you know, it's only in the preparation of the egg that I mean, it stinks. It really stinks. It basically, it's like, oh, ammonia. Oh, ammonia. So it's like, yeah, ammonia and just like a rotten egg. So I was hoping that these would melt. This is the egg. I was hoping that the gelatinous stuff would like kind of melt down a little bit. It doesn't seem to be doing that. So, but already it smells good. I'm looking forward to trying it. All of the ingredients I've got here are, you know, the more unusual stuff. I just buy them in Asian supermarkets. So I tend to go in and just it's like a lucky dip, because, you know, it's a lot of the ingredients aren't written in English or anything like that. So I tend to just buy things that I know roughly what they are, and then have fun. It's like a lucky dip. So especially with the candy and stuff like that, you know. But if you don't have an Asian supermarket near you, you can order online, you know. I order online from a company called Yeps, which is YEPPS, and I think that's how you spell it anyway. And they pretty much deliver my food within 2 days. So, right, so it's bubbling away now, but I don't want it to boil away. So I'll just turn it down a little bit more. I just want to make sure this isn't, you know, this is cooked through so that it's still crunchy and yummy. Yeah, look at these. Yeah, I mean, it's hot now. This is one of the kelp knots. That's epic. They're really nice. And this is the wakami that I put in. The dried wakami is just rehydrating itself there. So I think, oh, there's still, no, look, there's still the century egg. You can still see it's still green. I thought in my ignorance that it would melt down a little bit, but it's not. It's still a solid piece of century egg. So I am gonna cook this for a little bit longer, just to make sure that they're cooked through. So right, so I'm gonna leave that for a second. Bubble, bubble, toil, and hopefully not trouble. So, oh, does it look wonderful to you? It looks wonderful to me. I'm excited. So a beautiful, healthy miso soup, superfood with duck century eggs. So there you go. Right, let's see whether some of this stuff has actually boiled down now. So right, I see the seaweed. I'm now on the hunt for a duck century egg. No, they have not boiled down at all. At all. The yolk seems to be separating. I mean, yeah, wow. Yep, that is red hot. There's no way that is not cooked through enough for me. I'll give you an update tomorrow on whether, you know. No, this is cool. I'm following, kind of loosely following an Asian chef that I watched on YouTube cooking with duck century eggs. So, you know, they are a delicacy in Asia, and they're going to be a delicacy in my house too. So, right, okay, so that's off. I'm going to pause the camera now and go and serve up. Okay, here we are. That's it. It's extremely hot. So, well, let's get it in here. Oh, it looks amazing. That's the red aged miso pouring out there. The duck eggs are still pretty whole, yeah, and green and moldy looking. So that's the whole lot in there. The garlic's all still firmed up. None of the vegetables have lost their texture. Unfortunately, the egg hasn't lost its texture either, and I was hoping it would melt a bit, but it's obviously a hardcore egg. So look at that. Look at that bad boy. So I'm eating something healthy for a change, because you know, if you're going to be doing a food channel, you can't just eat junk, you know, and you can't just do food challenges and stuff. So, you know, so I try and look after myself. I try and eat healthy. So, and like you can see, so here's a completely solid piece of century egg, and you can see the steam coming off of that. So I'm gonna have to pause the video for a little bit while this cools down enough for me to eat it. Otherwise, I'm gonna end up with like 3rd-degree burns in my face. So we don't want that, do we? So you've seen the bowl now. So what I'll do is I'll change the camera angle so you can see my wonderfully hirsute face whilst trying these century duck eggs miso soup superfoods. So back in a second when it's cooled down enough to eat. Okay, it's cool enough to munch, and it smells absolutely delicious. So quick look in there about pouring out all of the sauce. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting in. So I think what I need to do is have a little fertile around in here and find a piece of century duck egg. There you go. That's the century duck egg. And as you can see, it has retained its size, shape. Some of the gelatin has gone down. It doesn't look very appetizing at all. But you know, the last time I ate it, it was cold and fresh out the shell with just a little bit of you know, soy sauce to go with it. So now I'm going to eat my first piece of cooked duck century egg. I really can't complain about that. So it's actually a lot nicer cooked than it was cold. It has a really good chew to it. So I understand why they are a delicacy, because it's got like a really good meaty substance to it. It's like, you know, yes, it's kind of jellified, but I can't even describe it. It's very unique. Well, I've never had anything like that in my mouth at all. You know, that is like that. It's substantial. It's yes, it is like a gelatini flavor. It's much nicer hot than it is cold. Let's get in on some of these seaweeds and stuff. This is great. It's one of the kelp nuts. Amazing. And kimchi going in. I would eat this in a restaurant. I would cook it for people in a restaurant. Let's find some more of the century duck egg. Hey, got some. It's like fishing for treasure. It goes perfect with the miso. Perfect with the seaweed. So, and I'm really happy that I'm eating something healthy on cam. You know, that I've quickly knocked together. You can see it didn't take long. The whole process was recorded. You know, the only thing I paused was boiling the kettle and then allowing the soup to cool down a little bit. So, you know, eating healthy doesn't have to be a chore. It's easy. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I can't fault it. Right, here's another piece of the century egg. So I think one was enough because I cut it up into, you know, bite-sized chunks. There's probably what, 16 pieces in it. Doing quick maths, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, 16 pieces, but 16 pieces is enough. Okay, so what started out as a gross food challenge has actually converted me into a fan of duck century or 100-year eggs. So don't be scared of them. Try them yourself. They're a very unique food. I ordered mine on the internet. They've got a shelf life, I think, until mine lasts until May. It's that's, you know, that's a long time. 6 months. I've just put them in the fridge. I mean, you know, they've been fermented for 3 to 6 months. Who knows how old they are already? But they, yeah, the date on them is May 2022. So I'm going to be doing some other stuff. I think they'd make a really good curry, man. A really good curry. So yeah, I might do a Thai curry with century duck eggs neck. I'm eating this excited, and my brain is now trying to work out what else I'm going to do with them. Wow. Seriously, you want to stay healthy, eat this stuff. It's amazing. I have miso soup every day. So, you know, sometimes it's not as complicated as this. I just literally put it in a teacup and throw some seaweed in and stuff. But this is a meal. It's absolutely fantastic. Wow. Okay. So, just going to pop one more piece in. I'll just go to camera, look, so you can see. I'll take the bit of wakami off there. I'll bring this over to camera and see if you can just see how crazily beautiful that is. So that is a piece of fermented egg. You can see that amber color there. It's just dripping in my hand. That's fine. And look at the green yolk. I mean, what was it? Dr. Seuss, you know, wrote about green eggs and ham. So I've got green eggs and seaweed. So maybe he needs to write a new poem. So, it's actually really nice. Wow, and look, here's a little bit of tofu for the person that commented on my previous miso soup saying, you're missing the tofu. And I was like, I don't really care for tofu, but this is good. I like it. Okay, just for you, I'll put tofu in all of my future bowls of food, as in miso food. Or 2 different types of seaweed and kimchi for the last mouthful on camera. Wow, okay. After all the gross stuff that I've done and the chili eating stuff that I've done, this has a kick, but it's nothing like 2 million Scoville's kick. I'm really happy to actually eat something that's not giving me performance anxiety. like eating insects and eating these crazy Carolina Reaper things that I've been eating, and stuff like that. So, you know, I hope you've liked this video. I hope it's been slightly different to the my usual videos, but I don't want all my cooking videos to be, or my eating videos to be, the same. You know, this is a food channel. It's not just about me attempting beating world records, failing world records, or anything about that. It's just all about food, you know. And I like the idea of helping people become healthier and educating people on superfoods and stuff like that, so you can actually, you know, make yourself feel more energized. You know, if you work out, you can recover quicker. It's like, you know, that these are full of antioxidants, so you know they stop you getting sick. And it's quite simple to just research superfoods and incorporate them in your diet, and you're getting all of the vitamins and minerals. You don't need to take pills and potions and lotions. You know, what you're putting in your mouth can make you live longer, make you healthier, make you feel fitter, give you more energy. It's just amazing what it can do. And a lot of these are cancer preventing ingredients as well. The one thing I forgot was beetroot. I was going to put some beetroot in, but I'm really glad I didn't, because I think the beetroot would have overpowered this amazing soup. So let's finish up here with a glance into my bowl of loveliness. Oh my god, I've really enjoyed this video because I'm not eating insects. So if you like this, video, or even if you don't like this video and you want to watch more of my stuff, please click a like, even if you don't like it. Oh god, I don't know what I'm talking about. And do the usual stuff. Hit the subscribe button. You know, I'm a relatively new YouTuber. I'm loving the experience. I did a live performance last night, a live chat, and that was fantastic to talk to you guys and get ideas for future stuff. I'm glad that you're all enjoying the channel. I'm loving being on the channel. It's absolutely fantastic. So, you know, I've wanted to, you know, get involved with food since I was a child. I've been cooking since I was like, you know, since I could stand. So so now this is an outlet for me. You know, so this is one big dinner party, and you're all invited. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell thing so you get notifications or what have you when I'm going live or when I've put on a new video. And everyone that subscribes to me gets a subscription back. So I'm quite happy to support other YouTubers as well. So leave comments, leave suggestions, and try some of these duck eggs. They're amazing. Century duck eggs. Okay, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Hey.